The issue of civil society came to Cameroon clearly only from 1990 and through the law of association. And even by then, prior to that, we only had missionaries who were doing more or less of social services. They would go to holidays. On coming back, they bring dresses, they bring some support. So more of a social activity. Development proper started from the law of association, and even after the law of association in 1990, it was not clear. It was only towards the year 2000 that effectively people started understanding what development was all about. They didn't even know what it was all about. People didn't even know what we were doing. People didn't even know what I was trying to bring. So, and that alone was a big challenge on itself. And secondly, the country as a whole did not know the need to support. So, and everything was like there was a lot of pressure from left and right. There were a lot of adventurers and who were creating a very bad image to the NGO world. People taking money and disappearing, people focusing on money, only money, people not focusing on objectives. So it's been a very long, tedious journey, but I think those NGOs, and they are not up to, I don't think they're up to 2%, those who actually knew what they were doing, they came in with a clear objective, they came with a clear vision, like SHUMAS, and they had the passion of what they were doing. I think those are the few, that small 2% that was able to survive. There was no internet. You imagine running, when our partners, the first few partners came, they didn't understand how you could run an NGO without internet, without a telephone. And that's how we started. And I want to think that personally I'm very, very proud because the key problems in my community that drove me into creating an NGO, about 4 of them, the bridge, that many people were drowning in that bridge, the issue of corn meals, the issue of a eucalyptus tree. I'm very proud that within the first 5 years of the existence of the NGO, I was able to convince funders to address that problem. And of course, there was this issue of soil infertility within the Northwest, for example, because people were relying on shifting cultivation, and with the population pressure, they could not have the possibility of shifting from one, allowing some of the portion of their farm to fallow. They had no possibility of doing that. They had to over-cultivate, and as such, there was dependency of chemical fertilizer. Notwithstanding the environmental hazard that it creates, they didn't have enough money to buy fertilizer. You see, what they used to do is somebody will need about 100 kg of fertilizer. He won't buy 120 kg and broadcast. The end result is that there were no good yields, and it drove that vicious cycle of poverty into all the poor peasant farmers. So, and I'm very happy that through the SHUMAS Biofarm, SHUMAS was able to introduce a more holistic way of dealing with, depending more on the internal inputs of the farm, not going out of the farm to look for chemical fertilizer, which were not only very expensive, but they were environmentally unfriendly. So it's a big project, and I'm so happy that we're able to solve the problem. And the center is standing there, although because of the war, it's not functioning, but we hope that it would go functional soon. And of course, the contribution of SHUMAS in the area of education too is amazing. With nearly almost 1,000 classrooms constructed all over the country and equipping them. We have that alone, with that 1,000 classroom, at least we've been able to give the opportunity to many children to have space in every classroom, and that alone has reduced the juvenile delinquents that we have. And you know, everything in a child begins from education. If you don't need to educate a child, there is no way, even if that child were to be a Bill Gates, if that child were to be a Biden or Paul Biya, that child will not be. Without education, there is nothing. You block the child's opportunities. So we're happy that we've been able to contribute in building nearly 1,000 classrooms in different schools around the country. And of course, in the area of humanitarian response, I think SHUMAS is one of the lead organizations in the whole country in terms of providing life, in terms of meeting the needs, the emergency need of those who have been displaced, emergency need of those who have returned, emergency need of those who are hosting and are really poor from the different projects in 7 clusters that SHUMAS is running across the country.